Okay, here today on DIY School of Hard Knocks. I'm showing you what I've got here. These parts are underneath the dash. They hold the plastic dash together going across the cab. And from the factory, they were never really painted. They were just like a primer, if anything, on them. And this part here actually wasn't painted at all. It was just raw steel. So I prepped them all up, and I put a nice Rust-Oleum coat on there. Now they're not really visibly seen underneath the dash, but I wanted to protect them. And these here I actually just brushed on. So I got a really nice good coat of Rust-Oleum gloss black. And then I'll show you what I got here. This is the steering column parts. Okay? This is a cast like a pot metal or aluminum. So what I did to prep these is I sanded them down real good with 180, and then I cleaned them off real good with some paint prep and put some I put some a good primer, a self-etching primer. You want to use an etch primer on aluminum or plastics. You want to use an etching primer, and it's an acid base, and what it does is it burns down into the component and grabs onto it. And then what I used, instead of a high gloss black, I really didn't want a high gloss black because that's not how it came from the factory on the column, but I did want a durable surface because this here area right next to the key there, that was all worn off where the keys had set and worn into the column from over the years of use. What I used was the exhaust manifold. It's a flat black, or jet black they call it, exhaust manifold coating. It's supposed to be very durable and hard. So what I'll have to do is take these parts and bake them. I'll bake them at 350 degrees, but as you see, I cleaned out all the old grease and the Cosmoline that they put on the shafts and stuff. It was all kind of, its life cycle was gone. So it was really more hard than supple and able to lubricate the parts. So the key switch was turning very, very hard. So I'm going to get a new key switch. Here is the base plate at the bottom where it mounts to the cab. These, like again, a lot of these parts were never painted from the factory, but seeing as I'm putting it back together and trying to do a good restoration. I mean, I'm not doing a concourse restoration, but, and this is the column here. Okay. That all has that hard, durable coat. It's a exhaust manifold coat. And all these parts here will get baked to 350 degrees, and that way it gets its full hardness. And that's what we've got, column parts. Now I'll tell you, when you pull the columns apart, you want to, if you don't have a really good memory for this type of stuff, bag and tag everything and label it. And then also make sure you take pictures as you go. And as you see, let me see here, I've got my camera. So I have a reference point. I can go back and see exactly which way the bearings went in and the springs. There's a lot of parts in a column. So what I'll do is I'll keep you posted on that. And then when I have a bearing set from Rock Auto coming in. It has a bunch of different seals and bearings. The original ones were okay, but I went this far, So I'm going to take a look at them. For $20, you get the whole set. And I'm going to try to put everything back together. When I do, I'll try to do a DIY video. This way here you can see how not that you have a 86 Dodge Ram or a first gen Dodge, but who knows, maybe someone does have one out there that they want to rebuild the column and do it correctly. We'll have the video up on my page and we'll go from there. Alright, this is Bri from New York, and we're signing out.